afternoon. I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us. In today's update, we're following the latest developments as President Trump battles the coronavirus. We just learned that Judge Amy Coney Barrett has tested negative for COVID-19, and Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner have also both tested negative for the virus again. Meanwhile, White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany tweeted earlier that she has tested positive after she says she received a number of negative test results since Thursday. Now, McEnany says she will begin the quarantine process and will work remotely. McEnany spoke to reporters as recently as yesterday. She was not wearing a mask then. 2 additional White House press staffers have also tested positive. Chief of Staff Mark Meadows said this morning that he's optimistic the president will be able to leave the hospital today and that a decision as to whether he can return to the White House will be made later in the day. We also now know that an email was sent to White House staff yesterday informing them of positive cases on the ground days after Hope Hicks was first confirmed positive on Thursday morning. The email urged White House staffers to stay home if they're not feeling well. The president is facing criticism for briefly and unexpectedly leaving the hospital on Sunday for a surprise drive past his supporters outside Walter Reed Medical Center, where he continues to battle the virus that has now claimed the lives of more than 209,000 Americans. That drive-by continues to raise questions about the safety of the Secret Service agents in the car with him. At least a dozen people, including First Lady Melania Trump, have tested positive after attending recent events like that Supreme Court nomination just over a week ago. That included an outdoor ceremony as well as an indoor reception. Another event under scrutiny, the president's fundraiser in Bedminster, New Jersey. We're told everyone who was in proximity to the president indoors was tested before going in. More on that in just a moment from a volunteer who was there. But first, take a listen to Governor Phil Murphy, who moments ago updated us on contact tracing from that Trump campaign event.
We are continuing our work to receive all the information we need from the White House, the Republican National Committee, and the management of Trump National in Bedminster with regard to our contact tracing efforts following last week's fundraising event with President Trump. We have received the list of the 206 attendees at the 2 separate events held in Bedminster. And from the golf club, we have received a list of 19 staff members who were involved in these events.
And ABC's chief anchor George Stephanopoulos spoke with a volunteer who was at that Bedminster fundraising event earlier on GMA. Take a listen.
So how are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, thanks for having me, George. I'm feeling great. So I haven't been showing any symptoms and even took a coronavirus test yesterday and got a negative result.
So you got a negative, but you've been in quarantine, self-quarantining?
Correct. I've been self-quarantining.
What kind of precautions were taken at the event? You were volunteering at the event.
Yeah, so let me walk you through how the event went. So I arrived on property around 12:30. I went through a standard Secret Service vehicle sweep. And because I was getting my photo with the president, I did need to be checked for coronavirus beforehand. There was an on-site drive-through testing facility there. I got a nasal swab, had to wait for about 20 minutes in my vehicle. Once I was cleared and didn't have coronavirus, I entered the clubhouse at Bedminster. That was basically a standard cocktail party. Once that was over, the president was in the building. He was in a separate room, and you got to take your photo with him one-on-one. Keep in mind, though, no one got within 6 feet of the president or could shake his hand. And spent limited amount of time with him as well. And then following the reception, he spoke outside in an open-air venue to a crowd.
How about masks inside the room?
Yeah, so everyone in that room was checked beforehand to make sure they did not have coronavirus.
Okay, but what did you think when you learned that the president actually had been exposed to the virus before he came to Bedminster and actually knew it before he took off that Hope Hicks had contracted the virus?
Yeah, so I think with all the precautions that were put in place at this event, for example, with the campaign staff, the Bedminster staff, Secret Service, all wearing masks, the fact that he spoke outside, no one got to spend any significant amount of time with him either. I felt safe at the event and was surprised to hear that he had it as well. So
no one there knew that he had been in
Correct.
contact with someone. Do you think he should have known?
Correct. Well, I just think how the event was designed, it was designed to stop the spread of coronavirus. No one spent any significant amount of time with the president. You had to be over 6 feet away from him, even while getting a photo.
Well, former Vice President Joe Biden is on the campaign trail today. He was asked about President Trump's drive-by outside the hospital.
Vice President Biden, do you have a reaction to President Trump leaving Walter Reed last night to speak to his supporters?
I'm reluctant to comment on anything the president's health or what he's doing and not doing. I'll leave that to the docs to talk about, but I'm not going to comment on any of his conduct or his health. I don't know enough to know.
If he's feeling better by the 15th and you have a debate, what kinds of safety precautions would you like to see? Would you like it to be a virtual debate?
No, look, if the doctors listen to the science, if the scientists say that it's safe and the distances are safe, then I think that's fine. I'll do whatever the experts say is the appropriate thing to do. But well, I'll leave that. I'm not an expert on it, but I think we should be very cautious, as I've thought all along, and I'm going to continue to listen to the scientists. But I'm looking forward to have an opportunity to do a town hall meeting, if that occurs. I have one tonight, as a matter of fact, but one with him. So thank you.
And you saw in that video his wife, Dr. Jill Batten, pulling him back to make sure he was keeping enough social distance there. That does it for this ABC News Live update. I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for joining us. ABC News Live is here with you all day with the latest news, context, and analysis. Stay safe and have a great day.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.